All right, welcome back to another segment on the Lily Show. Today we are having a wonderful father, an amazing uncle. So when I want to say, before I will now mention who he is, and it's an honor for us to have him. It wasn't an easy thing, even though he had a couple of things to do, including the premiering of his movies. But still, we were able to bring him here to share today's segment on fatherhood with us. So please, let's say a very big thank you to our uncle, Ricky Kofi Adelayitar. Thank you, Dad.
Adelayitar.
Adelayitar.
Really?
Thank you for coming on the set today.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you. We're discussing on fatherhood on this segment.
Okay.
And we've searched around. We know there are a few people that when we want to say, oh, they are the best to give us a wonderful opinion or an advice regards fatherhood, you are one of them. And Dad, please, I don't want to waste much of your time. Can you really tell us what fatherhood is? Because I think we have a wrong perception about who is a father or what fatherhood is all about.
Well, thank you once again. Glad to be here too. Fatherhood is a deep question, but I'll try to explain. To be a father means you are the representative of God on earth. God, through you, God expands His creation, humanity. So to be a father is not an easy task. A lot of things come to play. That is, first of all, yourself as the man of the house. The type of woman you marry, it's not just you alone who has gone to marry the woman. And it's not only the woman alone who has come to marry you. It's a marriage between two groups of people. Your relatives, her relatives. Mother and father sides, your side the same. So to be a father, you really need to think about a whole lot of things before you start to even say to become a father. You must have a lot of thinking. Will I be able or I won't? Once you've taken a decision that you want to marry a woman, they know that definitely God will bless that marriage and you'll have children. That is when they begin to call you a father.
Okay.
And then when you become a father, you have children, yours is to make sure the home is a home of peace and you are bringing up human beings to be the future generation of a nation and for God's own people. So it's not easy to be a father. So I'll just pause here.
You heard from that. It's not easy to be a father. And before you take that step, there's a lot of things you need to put into considerations.
Yeah.
And that, can we ask you, what are one of the most important things we should put into consideration before making a step to be in that circle of father?
You want to marry, that's why the father, maybe your parents, you as the man, your parents have money to supply you every day. But as a man, you must stand on your own 2 feet. You must have your own abode. You must have a job. You must have your own, either rented or you build your own place, where at the end of the day, you come back home and open that door and enter your room. Your woman you should not meet your woman on the street or on the veranda somewhere in front of somebody's building. Or she is here and you are here. And then she gets pregnant, it becomes a problem. She has to stay somewhere and you have to stay at another place. As man and woman, and as a father or as a man, you must have that close relationship with your wife. During her pregnancy and everything, it helps the formation of the child. You must have what it takes to be a husband, to be a father. Otherwise, you give birth to children and they'll be scattered all over the place, and you have no control over them. Before you realize, some are on the street. If it's not by God's own grace, you will have a lot of them on the street doing all kinds of things, and a disgrace will come back to you. So, as a father, your family name comes to play a lot. Your wife's family name also comes to play, because when people know both of you that these are your children and they are misbehaving, they don't point fingers at just your wife or just you. They point fingers at both of you and the family as well. So, to be a father, you really must have what it takes. You must have your job. You must have control over your house as a father. You must take care of your children, your wife. At least the most important things: shelter, food, and clothing. You must be able to provide.
From what you said, there's a whole lot in being a father.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot involved in being a father.
Exactly.
And I'm so grateful that someone like you is throwing that light outside there for people to know.
Yeah.
But one of the major challenges we are having as a Gen Z, or let me say this generation, is that we want to enjoy the benefit of being called a father, but we fail to understand the essence of the real fatherhood. Having you and speaking on this is a very wonderful honor for me. Then there's another thing I really love you to talk to us about, because in our generation we tend to see fatherhood as target capital intensive. Yeah. So these days, people will want to make this assumption: if I don't have enough money, if I don't have enough car, I'm not going to bring any child to this world. Please, Dad, from your own perspective, must you be very rich to begin to take step of being a father, or do you think such a mentality, is just is the person's not being serious?
You don't need to be very rich. I was not rich when I got married. No. I rented a room. I have everything that a husband or a wife should have, both in the kitchen and the bedroom, before I got married. I'm not sure it's like that with everybody. But then, you must not be very rich before you get married. It's the brain. Moral, you must have morals. You must control. You must have discipline. You see, to be able to know that where I'm going with my family is good or bad, and which one do I choose? I choose the right one. You don't need to be very rich. You don't have to live extraordinary lifestyles that your pocket cannot meet. If you want to raise your eyebrows more than they could go or they can go, then you know that you are going to face problems. So you don't need to be very rich. It's only management. You manage your demands very well and you're okay.
You've heard it, you don't need to be very rich for you to understand or take the bold step of being a father. In the essence, we are not saying don't work, but he is saying making it a capital intensive shouldn't be applicable. Thank you, Daddy, for making such a confession. Then there's this there's this pattern that we have developed recently in terms of fatherhood. Most of these young guys, when they breathe a life, I'm sorry, I always say there is no child that is a mistake. Every child is a blessing.
Of course.
Depends on the home where you are coming from and how you were taught on being responsible and all.
Yes.
And some of them will abandon this
Children.
kids. And they will leave. Some will even say, oh, it's not my child though. I didn't know where she get that child. And they will leave that child and go. Some of them will tag it, oh, because I don't have money, so I couldn't take care of this child, and they leave the child. Please, you are the best person to kindly advise us on when situations like that happen. How do they go about it? Did they just deny it because they are not capable of taking care of the child? Or should they stand up and face the consequences of what the actions that they have taken?
Okay, with the younger generation, mostly to some elderly ones also do it.
Yes.
But mostly the younger generation. It's a few things. I call them half brought ups.
Okay.
People who refuse to be groomed or cultured. They're uncultured or they're uncouth. They don't want to listen to advice. They think what they have in their mind, that's all. Nothing else matters to them. 2, peer pressure. Friends, they've seen another person living a lifestyle. They think that they can just make use of any girl. Whether she gets pregnant or not, they don't care. I can decide to accept or not to accept. They don't want responsibility, but they want enjoyment. A lot of the children we see or the young ones we see, all they know is to enjoy. So they see any other human being as a tool or a piece of wood to be used for entertainment. Some the sex thing is entertainment to them. So they use you. If you bring yourself to them, they will use you and they dump you. You get pregnant, it's your own business. That's why even some of the young girls should also be very careful. The type of the guys who want to go in for. There's a saying that, excuse me to say, women like stupid people.
Yeah.
Women like stupid guys. A guy who come and misbehave and joke and do some funny things, women like to follow people like that. And then before they realize they are pregnant. You get pregnant and the next thing they tell you is that it's not me. Oh. Then you panic. It's not me. It's not me. Oh. The guy will not mind you. You're also ashamed or feeling shy to go and tell somebody or even afraid. So you want to go and take pills yourself or do something to the pregnancy. If you don't die, you lose your womb and then become somebody else's problem tomorrow. The young ones, I believe they've gone on social media for far too long. So they see things on social media, they think that it's just automatic. Like they want to drink water, appears, and then they are drinking. I want this in fact.
Everything is
Yes. So now with the import of AI or whatever they are calling it, artificial intelligence, a whole lot of things are happening. So the youth don't think. If you like, when you finish this one day go on the street, take your cameras and sound equipment. Just ask the young ones simple mathematics, timetable, this time this. They want to take their phone to calculate it. They can't think. They just can't think. You understand? So that because they don't think, they don't want to be bothered. They don't want pressure. They call it, they don't want pressure. They don't want to think. So no matter what they do, when they use it, they dump you, they want another person. See, father is 2 things. You give birth to children, you are a father. But if you don't take care of that child, you are still a father. But you are only not a good father.
Okay.
The one who is a good father is the one who gives birth and makes sure the wife is okay, the children are okay. They control the children not to go wayward. That's a good father. They don't spare this.
They don't spare this.
Yes. You mess up, they beat you. Every school, me, it's good I'm not in government. I would have advocated for the king in every school, but the master should not go beyond bounds. You don't hit the kids on their head, their palm or their buttocks is there. Me, when I was in school, I was very talkative. So the master will give me the paper and write my name first. Talkative. So then after that, talkatives, my name is number 1. Because by all means I'll talk. And they'll beat me. And if I go to school and I'm not beaten that day, there's something wrong.
Wrinkles? No! Abro Spray Starch, giving your outfit the crisp, clean, and professional edge that defines true elegance. Abro Spray Starch, step out and stand out.
Mr. James. Hello, sir. How may I help you? Mr. James! Wow, you look elegantly beautiful.
Thank you.
At this point, I'm no longer sick.
With Arbor Spray Starch, elegance is everything.
Wow! What did you use on your dress?
Arbor Spray Starch does just the trick.
Wow!
Arbor Spray Starch, elegantly bringing out the confidence you need.
Marketed and distributed by Kosharish Ghana Limited, number 5 Spintex Road, Accra, Ghana. For inquiries, please call 0243 690 066. Abro Spray Starch. Elegance is confidence.
I want to ask a question. Let me put it that way. Why is it that when it comes to school, parental meeting, they do have PTA meetings at school.
Yeah.
The most people who are in attendance are our mothers and not the fathers.
Yeah. It so happens that most times the fathers have to go and look for daily bread and bring home.
Okay.
Maybe where he works, he cannot skip work.
Okay.
Let's assume I'm a mason. I do by day, and the owner of the job wants me to complete the job for him. I cannot skip. I have to go and work, and there must be food on the table.
Okay.
And then in the evening, so I have to go and work and bring. I personally have been to a few PTA meetings for my kids, but most of the time it's my senior kids who go to do it, or my wife goes to the PTA meetings. These PTA meetings, sometimes when they see certain faces, they want to put demands on you. And maybe your pocket does not meet such demands.
Yeah.
But because they've seen you, they want to use the opportunity, and they do it in a way that if you don't take time, you'll be disgraced.
Yeah.
And which you can never fulfill, and then becomes a problem for you.
Okay.
So best thing is you skip. Let your wife or your kids go. They cannot ask them. Apart from what they ask everybody to pay. The one, that's okay.
Wow. You know why I asked this? Because women are prone being vulnerable to things.
Yeah.
All right. So when it comes to disciplining children, it's more or preferred fathers to kind of take the first stage,
Yeah.
and the women take the back stage.
Yes.
Because the things that they will see as being too much in terms of flogging the kids, maybe they have done something bad. The father will not frown at that kind of action and feel like it's right. He did something wrong. Let him take the punishment. From mothers, and I think these are one of the things that is also making fathers lose value. I don't know if you agree with me on that.
I understand you. Mostly because there is the mothers who carry the baby for 9 months, so they have that special attachment to their babies. The father looks at the family names and then the future of that child. I don't want my child to become a vagabond. I don't want my child to become an armed robber. I don't want my child to be this. So he makes sure he puts you on that line. You must be there and make sure you hit where he wants. He can take you as far as he can take you. Then after that, you are free to be who you want to be.
Can any male become a father?
Any male at all can become a father. I think the basest definition of a father is biological terms. Anyone can be a sperm donor, but a father is someone who acts, who steps up, and then he's responsible for the direction of the destiny of an individual. That's who a father is, please.
Okay. And does every child need a father figure in his or her life?
Every child needs a father figure in his or her life. As long as you are a human being, you need direction. And then for that direction, you need a father. That's basically who a father is. A father is someone who provides the direction. Yes.
What you are saying, I can see your dad really plays a big role in your life. So can you tell me some of the roles that plays in your life?
What you mean, I have a feeling that what you mean is the person who biologically gave birth to me.
Yes.
He is not the person who played the father figure in my life. Someone else stepped up, and the person did an amazing job. Basically, if you are not prepared to be a responsible person, you should never have sex in the first place. Because sex, usually leads to childbearing. You can be careful, but once you I think if you're prepared to have sex, you should be prepared to handle the consequences that come with it. That's the perspective that I'm coming from.
All right. So that takes us back to the street quiz. Then you watch the video properly,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of assumptions, or let me say, a lot of points made by the young man.
Yeah.
And there are three that I picked on. All right.
Okay.
One, he talked about the sex.
Yeah.
The other one, he talked about being truthful.
Yeah.
Then there was another one. He said he talked about the presence, father's presence.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Father figure.
yeah, I'm really going to discuss on a few things because there has been our prominent person, I don't want to mention the name, who had like the story he said, and if you listen to him, the young guy was not even trained by his biological father.
Okay.
He was trained by another
That person, yeah.
And the man did a very fantastic job. Yeah. And I'm also going to touch a little about that as well.
Okay.
Because when you leave your child to be trained by another person,
you put allegiance to that person.
Thank you. And you stand by to watch another person take the glory.
Yeah.
You should be taking.
Yeah, it's painful.
And it's really painful. Right?
Yeah, but it's your own business. You cause it.
But the truth is, most of them don't see it as it's their fault. They want to create another scenario to suit their narrative.
Exactly.
They want to feel, they don't want to be judged by what they have done. Exactly. But Dad, let me ask you this, because you guys are our forefronts. If you are making mistake not following your footsteps, I'm sorry. But at this point, I think it has got to that point where we need to speak the truth that the young man said.
Yeah.
It's sex supposed to be something a young man should practice when he's not psychologically ready, physically ready, financially ready, or moral ready.
Well, before now, I said something before we even went to the video. Yeah. I told you to be a man or to be a father, that means you have to make sure that you have a place, you have a job. At least these few things, that you have a daily, a job that you go and come every day, at the end of the month you get some pay. At least it puts you on at a level where you can take care of another person and then another. If you don't have money, forget about sex. And even our Christian values. Good. I'm a Christian, so I'll talk about Christianity. Sure. What Christianity says about sex. If you are not married, you don't have sex. If you want to have sex with a woman, then marry. And before you marry, you must be fully prepared to go and marry. Otherwise, no sex. If you have it, it's a sin. That's what the Bible says.
So, truthfully, it's advisable for men to stay out of sex if you know you are not ready to be a married man. Because in Christendom, we are meant to understand that you begin to have kids when you're already married. You didn't say have kids when you are not married. So I think he's making a very good insertion. And this should go into our young men's ear, so that we can find a way to, handle the whole situation happening now in the society. Now, let's look at being the truthful part of it. I've had that this narration where people make mistake, and owning up to the mistake becomes an issue for men. What do you think, or what kind of advice, or how do you want them to deal when they face with such a situation?
When they've already made a mistake.
Yeah.
Well, the mistake is what makes some of them go into physicals. They fight, and then the break comes. You see a lot of divorces all over the place, both men and women. And then there's pain in some other one's hearts, and then the other one having his glory somewhere, but followed by shame. If you don't want that situation, if there's a mistake, both of you should sit down. Be honest with yourself. Let her also be honest with yourself. Are you enjoying this marriage? If you say yes, why and how? You must know the why and the how of what you say you are enjoying. Or if you are not enjoying it, what is really causing it? Is it that I don't have money enough to meet your demands because you've seen a friend or somebody living a better life and you also want that life? So what do we do? If you can you stand it? Can you stay a little longer? let's find a solution to this thing. If you say no, fine, let's go. If we all attend the same church, let's go to our pastor.
For counsel.
Or we go to our parents. The parents should be the first point of call, because family first. Let's call our parents and sit down with them and discuss it. Maybe they can support us in some other way to solve our problem for us. Still, if there's problem, then go to the pastor. They're going to resolve your issue there. Finally, if it will still not hold, the court is there. Or you go to your marriage court or whatever they call it, and then go for separation before you go using cutlass and guns on yes, exactly.
All right. Now let's look at the disadvantages of kids who are born into the violence homes. How do you think these kids grew up? How do we or how do we feel or see this? How do we even think they will come out a better society, a better place in the society?
It's the grace of God, and sometimes making the children understand the situation. Sometimes some parents don't want to sit their children down as little as they are to explain certain things to them. Sometimes we think that children of that age, they know. And maybe they've been seeing certain things the mother will be doing they don't like, but maybe they are afraid to talk. But when you open up for them like that, you'll be amazed what the sort of things that will come out of the children. I create such situations sometimes with my children. We sit down and we talk. What is your problem? What do you think I'm doing that is not good? No fears. Nobody is going to hold it against you. Come out and talk. Sometimes they say that I'm too strict, I'm too this. I say, then I give you the reason. I don't give excuse. Because of this. If you don't take time, you don't listen to me, and you don't do what I want. If you don't take time, it will end like this. And most times, it happens. You understand? What I don't like is peer pressure when you have your parents. If you have any problem, discuss with your parents, not your friends. Because they don't know what is happening in your house.
They can mislead you.
Yes, some there are even envious of you if you don't know. So they will mislead you. And you hide that side of your life away from your parents, from your home, even from your own siblings, before you realize it's happening. And everybody will be wondering, how did it happen? But it's too late.
Late night study sessions, endless assignments, and now these urchins and mosquitoes.
You guys are sitting here just have you done the assignment Mr. Pachi gave us?
How do we do this assignment? These mosquitoes.
Let me quickly upload this and deal with these mosquitoes.
See miracle. Super Blast Mosquito Spray, the all-natural spray to keep your home mosquito free. Mom, this is what I call a good night's sleep.
Oh yes, baby. With Super Blast, you get to sleep comfortably and wake up refreshed.
Marketed and distributed by Coast Ghana Limited, number 5 Sprintex Road, Accra, Ghana. Please call 0243 690 066. Super Blast Mosquito Spray. One blast, total protection.
All right, welcome back from the commercial break. And I can't go on without saying a very big thank you to all our sponsors, Nancy Black Saloon, Coast Ghana Limited, and Lily's Show. Thank you for being part of this wonderful show. Do you think that the reason why women are more celebrated than men is because our value has reduced as a man? Or is it just because we just don't want to celebrate fatherhood the way motherhood has been celebrated?
That's what I said at first, that because of that special attachment between every child, even the old children like us who still suck breast, we have that special attachment with our mothers. We see them as the weaker sex, but we see them, they go and come to the market and cook for us to eat. So there's still the continuation of that attachment. So if anything we want to give, we'll give it to the woman. But mostly because the man is a little strict. Children don't understand that it's molding them, grooming them to become bigger. Yes. They just see them as wicked, so I will not take advice. So sometimes when you're telling them something that will help them, they don't want to take it. So they go and hit. So those are the reasons why everybody goes for their mother. We have songs, Sweet Mother and all those things. When he realized that people are loving their mothers too much, then it came that Sweet Father. But the father was not catching on.
You heard from Daddy. It has no special. If there's no reason or there's nothing wrong in mothers being celebrated, it's just the fact that because kids are umbilically attached to their mother, that's where that assertion comes from. And I don't think this should be a wrong. It shouldn't be that bad that men should begin to get jealous over the over celebration of mothers.
No, if you are jealous, they will never make you mothers. Eh,
If they are jealous, they will not
make you mothers, never.
Yeah. We're coming to the end of today's episode. Thank you and remain blessed as you stay tuned with us. And thank you to all our sponsors for being here with us. Thank you, Nancy Black Studio, for making me look this amazing. And thank you, Kosharis Ghana Limited, for always being there to give us your full support. And thank you, Lily Shop, for being there to also support us as well. God bless you. See you same time next week.